Hey everyone, good evening. Today is Wednesday, and I'm so excited to be here in the group with you this evening and on the business page and on YouTube. I want to welcome you, everyone that's going to be watching with me today. I'm going to give us a little bit of time, but I really want to jump into this tea with you. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you that are watching, thank you for joining. And if you're on YouTube, I'm giving you a shout out as well. Share this broadcast out because I have some tea that I want to share with you. And listen, this evening I'm talking about 10 nonfiction book ideas that you can really write. So a lot of times people think that if they have a book, it has to be a story about them. It doesn't have to be a story about you, right? A lot of people say, I don't know what to write. I don't have a book to write. I can't write. I don't know what to write. But yes, you do. So I'm going to share with you 10 nonfiction book ideas that you could find inspiration to write. I want to welcome you to the Victorious You Press, all things writing, publishing, books to business, and beyond. My name is Joan T. Randall. I'm the founder of Victorious You Press, and I am the creator of the Books to Business and Beyond model, where we help authors or writers write their book, get on the best-selling list, and take their books to the next level, build a business, build a brand, do a documentary, do a movie, do a play, whatever it is you want to do. That's what the beyond means, right? So that you can build a legacy, so you can create multi income streams, and you can dominate in this marketplace, right? We see what is happening in our world today. We see what is happening in the environment. Listen, we have to, all of us, every last one of us, have to find something that we can do on our own to supplement our income or our lifestyle. I'm not saying that you have to leave your 9 to 5. Absolutely not. But what do you have in your hand? What are the gifts and the skills and the talent that you have that you can use to supplement your income, right? Most times people are sitting on the fence watching other people work, right? And I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to sit on the fence, watch other people work. What I want you to do is to find what you already have in your house and make something out of that, right? Remember the woman with the jar of oil, right? As she owed all this money, they were going to come and take everything away, including a place for her sons. And when the man asked her, "What do you have in your house?" She said, "I have nothing. All I have is this little jar of oil." And he said, "Go get more jars," right? And long story short, all the jars were filled. So drop your name in the chat if you are here with me, and let's get into some tea. 10 nonfiction book ideas that you may not even have recognized that you can write, right? And write it easily. Easy, easy. Hey, Patty. Oh my God, long time no see, Patty. Nice to have you. All right. So the first one is you can write a book about your personal experience, right? So probably that could be a memoir. Probably that could be a combination of a memoir and a biography. Probably that could be a combination of a memoir and a journal. I have seen all different type of personal experiences that are written in books, right? So you can reflect on your own life journey, your own struggles, or your achievements. Hey there, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. But if you have a unique story or an expertise that you can share that can be valuable to others, you can put that in a book, right? It doesn't even have to be about your life. It could be about an experience. It could be a journey that you went on. It could be something that you overcame. It could be something that you did that created a buzz in your community, in your environment. you can write about that. Why? Because it will bring value to others, right? Everything you write, once you put it on paper and you get it published or it's out there in the world, it now benefits others, right? Number two, you can write about your passion and your hobbies. What can you do so well that you don't even have to think about doing it, that you are a master at, right? Think about the passion, the interests, the hobbies, the skills that you have that you are an expert in. You can share those expertise and insights with others who may be interested in the same topic. And if they are, they might say, you know what, you should put that in a book because I would buy that book, right? So the first one, personal experience. The second one, passion and hobbies. Number three, research and exploration, right? There are people who love to do research. My oldest daughter is like that. She will just go into research after research. She's like the family researcher. If we want to know about a product or an item or a place or a city or a travel spot, I can always go to my daughter Kay and say, babe, just go do some research. And she will get in there and research and dive into the topic and give you all the information that you want. So you can write that. So if there's a specific field of study or a topic that fascinates you, consider doing a research and collecting information from people, places, things that surrounds that particular area or topic that you like, and compile that right into a book, into a comprehensive and engaging nonfiction book. Hey there, nonfiction book. Number four, social issues, right? So identify social issue or causes that you feel strongly about. As you guys know or may not know, I feel strongly about domestic violence, right? And I feel strongly about women getting back on their feet who have survived toxic relationship, right? My memoir was about domestic violence, right? But if there are social issues that you really believe in, the sex trafficking industry is really crazy right now. Bullying, things that diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI and B, those things that you feel really strongly about, you can educate and weigh and raise awareness through your writing, offering insights, solutions, perspectives that can contribute to positive change, right? So that's also something that you can write about. That is a nonfiction book. Number five, biographies or profiles. And hear me when I say this, it don't have to be your biography. It could be about your family member. It could be about your mother, your father, someone who impacted your life, who was so special to you and who lived a life of purpose, but never got a chance to talk about it or never got a chance to be recognized. They may have never gotten their flowers from anyone. You can write a book about that person. You can investigate their life. You can go to other family members. You can dig into information. You can get all the information that you want, and really write a biography or something that highlighted the work they did while they were here, right? Like my mom was a woman of purpose, a woman of integrity, a woman of substance, right? She had a hard life, but she did her best. My goal is to write my mother's story because my mother's story is riveting and compelling. And I want to honor her and I want to leave that legacy. I want her grandchildren and great grandchildren to know about her. And I want to write that book because I tell my grandchildren about my mother all the time, but probably my great grandchildren will never hear about my mom, right? When I am no longer here. So I want to identify and highlight, identify who she was, right? Recognize who she was to them so that they can identify with her. That's what I meant to say, and really understand who she was as an individual, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a great grandmother, her strengths, her weaknesses, her struggles, all the things that she had gone through, so that I'm leaving history for my grandchildren. So you can do that too. And it may not be your family member, it may be a teacher who really impacted your life, it may be a pastor, it may be a best friend who impacted your life. You can write biographies and profiles about people that you know and love and want to share their information about them. Thank you for encouraging me to write about my domestic violence experience, my e-group at church. Oh my God, this is so amazing, Patty. This is wonderful. Yeah, I'm so happy you did that. I'm so happy you did that. What a difference it's gonna make in people's lives, right? It's amazing. Number 6, you can write about historical events. So choose a historical event or area that capture ERA, that captures your interest. Conduct again research, right? And present a detailed account of the event, its consequences, and its relevance to the present day. And so you can choose to do that. Again, my daughter loves history, right? My daughter's father is from India. My oldest daughter's father is from India. My daughter is fascinated by anything East Asian, right? She's mixed. And I am encouraging her one day to write about her experience, write about what she remembered of her dad and his mother, because they were Hindu and they lived this kind of traditional life. Her grandmother wore the thing in the middle of her forehead, and their culture was really rich and unique. How did they leave India and got to Jamaica, right? So things like those, you can dig into those events, right? Because her grandmother came from an era that was so incredibly riddled with poverty in Calcutta, that she could dig into that and write something about that area and its consequences and its relevance to today and to her life as a child whose father was from India, right? You can write about science and technology, exploring scientific discoveries, technology advancements, AI, the emerging fields of study, and help readers understand complex concepts in an engaging manner. So what I'm giving you here is just different type of books that you can write. You don't have to write a story. You can find topics that interest you, that you love, that you can pen. And let me tell you, it could be 14 pages long. It don't have to be 100 pages. You can write a book literally 24 pages, I think is what Amazon will take. 24 pages. If you write a book with 24 pages, 8.5 by 11, by the time we put it in book size 5 by 8, then you're going to have about 50 pages, give or take. That's a great read. So it doesn't have to be long and laborious, right? People love short stories. People love short reads, especially in the nonfiction world. Short reads dominate, right? So write about the things that interest you, the things that you love, the things that inspire you, and put it out there in the public. People are waiting for books like these to be motivated, to be inspired, to do the same thing that you do, right? As well. Number 7, science and technology. Again, I think I said that before. Science and technology, right? But travel, what about travel? Writing about travel and exploration. So if you love traveling and if you love vlogging, right? A lot of people like to travel and do video blogs and share experiences with you. That is inspiring. I'll give you an example. Last week, I was at home and I was watching, I don't know if it was a reel or TikTok, and there was this young lady that shared something that I had no idea existed. In Fort Lauderdale, you can fly, you can take wherever you live outside of Florida, you can fly into Fort Lauderdale, and there is a ferry that leaves from Fort Lauderdale and goes to Bimini, which is an island off the coast of the Bahamas. It's a 90-minute ferry ride from Fort Lauderdale to Bimini in the Bahamas. And the ferry leaves, the ferry travels there Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So you can take one of those days, you can go to Bimini and you can spend a weekend and then take the ferry and come right back. An incredible vacation. And not only did she talk about the ferry, but she also talked about the best restaurants to go on that little island, the best places to dine, the best bars to hang out, the best spots to watch like comedy and things like that, the best Airbnb. Had she not done that vlog, I would have never realized that you can literally jump on a ferry from Fort Lauderdale and go to the Bahamas. And so I had to call up my sister and say, "Did you know?" So my sister and I planned to take that same ferry in December for the holidays and go to Bimini because I've never been there. I've been to the Bahamas, but I've never been on that side. So, travel, writing about travel and exploration. Travel is amazing. People love travel. And if you can write it, if you can, if you go like Patty, you go on these amazing trips to Disney, you can put that experience with you and your son and your daughter in law and your granddaughters in a book, a really short book, and lay out the best places to eat, the fun you had, what to do. And you can do some research too to just expand some of the knowledge as you write this book. But that's another book that you can write, travel and exploration. Then you can write about self improvement. I know a lot of us do that because a lot of people write inspirational books and devotionals and prayer books and self help books, right? So you can do that. Self improvement and personal development is huge. It's huge. It's a huge, lucrative market. So if you know a way that you overcame some things, if you understand how you went from broken to brave, from victim to victor, from, you know, survivor to thriver, from feeling insignificant to being bold, that's all personal development and personal growth and self love. You can put that in a book. You can put your own experience in a book. And for people that are therapists or counselors, they have the ability to write books that people need. As I say before, self-improvement and personal development dominates the nonfiction space, right? So write books out there that people need. They need the information, they want to get the inspiration, they want to get the motivation, they want to be able to have the tips and the tools and the strategies to implement some of the things that you have done to get you from point A to point Z. They want to be able to implement that so that they can experience those successes as well. And then last but not least, nature and environment. Did you realize that you can write about that? Write about nature, the environment. If you write about nature, you can write about the senses. Listen, I'm telling you this. Not too long ago, I was walking. It's early in the morning, and I love watching the sunrise. And I live by Lake Norman, so there's a specific place that I go and I park my car because the lake surrounds three-quarter of that place. I walk early and I watch the sunrise. So the other day when I was there, I recognized something that I engage all my senses when I'm there. When I am in nature, all my senses are engaged except one, right? But I was engaging sight, I was engaging hearing, I was engaging touching, I was engaging feeling, smelling. The only thing I wasn't engaging was tasting because I didn't have anything to taste. But my other four senses was totally open and in alignment with the environment, with the air, with the trees, with the lake, with the birds, with the boat. It was everything. And I literally felt like the breeze that was blowing, I felt like it was God's breath that was touching my face. And I felt so one with nature that morning. I felt like the tree was giving me life, like what the tree was giving off, I was breathing in. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. What the trees were giving off, I felt like I was breathing it in. I felt like the tree and myself were connected. It was just an amazing experience. So imagine writing about that. Imagine writing about engaging your senses with nature. That could be an incredible book because people would want to read it and understand it and want to share in that experience as well. Because when you write a book about your experiences or your journey, you open yourself up and invite others into that space to experience what you experience, right? So, no matter what you do, once you put a book out in the world, you are inviting others into your space, into your journey, into your experience, into your growth, into your self love to be able to take something from it, right? Because it will benefit them as well. So, those are the 10 things that you can write with a nonfiction book. So, the 10 tips for nonfiction books, and I'm going to go through all 10 of them again and then wrap this up. Number one, you can write about personal experience, which is your own story, your struggles, your journey, your achievements, your wins, your growth, your status, all the things that you've done in your life, right? That's inspiration to someone else who may be in a space that you were before, who is looking forward to growing, getting out of it. Number two, you can write about your passion and your hobbies. What do you love? Right? We're in a cohort right now at the Boost Pad where this young lady, what she does is crochet, and she found crochet to help her with, things like she was going through a dark time in her life, and she picked up the crochet thing and the thread and just started. Now she crochet dresses, baby clothes, bathing suit, gowns. That's amazing. I would love for her to write a 24-page book about that and what it has done for her life, to the point where now she's building a business from crocheting, right? Research and exploration. You can write about research and exploration, a specific area that fascinates you, that you love, that you want to know more about. You can write about that. Social issues, right? Identifying social issues and writing about it. Patty just talked about her book that she wrote about domestic violence, and now the church is using it. What? Had Patty not written that book, there would not be that book in a group study about domestic violence. It's the power of the pen. That's why I'm so passionate about the pen. And so often people just look at me like I have 10 heads, like, I don't know what to write. I don't have a book. I'm not a writer. Yes, you are. If you are alive today, you're a writer. You would have had to write something at some point in your life to be here. So you are a writer, right? As long as you put the information on paper, editors can make it beautiful and flow and make it polished, right? So you can write biographies and profiles. And this is about other people, people you have admired, people who may have passed away, who never got an opportunity to get their flowers, but they made such a lasting impression and impact on you. You can write about them. You can write about your mom, your dad, a teacher, a friend, a loved one that may have passed away. You can write about them. Historical events. Again, choose an area of interest, right? And write about that. Write about all the different things that's happening. I'll tell you right now, my country, Jamaica, is getting ready to completely abolish the monarchy in Jamaica, right? Because we were once a country that was ruled by Britain. We still have the some level of the monarchy in Jamaica. Well, Jamaica is getting ready to do completely away with the monarchy, and it's going to be called the Republic of Jamaica. And they're going to have a president and a prime minister. A president that will have is the head of the governor, the governing body of Jamaica, and then the prime minister who runs the political office. What? That is big. That is a big deal. That's history happening right in the 21st century. So something like that we could write about. Science and technology, right? We are bombarded with AI. Tech is a big deal. Electric cars, self-driving cars, artificial intelligence, right? And a lot of people are worried about artificial intelligence, but you should not be, because there's certain things that AI will never be able to do. AI can't build a house. They won't be able to build a house. AI can't repair your plumbing. AI can't put your electrical stuff in your house, right? So there's AI can't do somebody's hair. So there's still things that artificial intelligence cannot do, but you can do it, right? Technology. So write about that. Write about AI enhancing things and giving knowledge to you, but you're still needed, right? But there's some jobs that AI will take away. So all you've got to do is figure out where you stand in all of this, what gifts, skills, talents, abilities, treasures that you have. Write about it, create a platform about it, do some workshop, do some webinars, do some masterclass. You put all of that in a book, right? A nonfiction book. Travel and exploration, right? You can write about travel. If you love to travel, write about it. If you love to do inland travel, say you don't even take a plane, what are some places that you can visit to get the most out of your vacation without leaving the comfort of your state? Those things you can write about. Self-help and improvement, self-help, self-improvement, personal development, big deal. It is lucrative business. That is why all of these people write about it. Joel Osteen, Oprah Winfrey, TD Jakes, all of their books is about personal development. Why? Because the market is lucrative, right? But sometimes when you look at a TD Jakes and a Joel Osteen and an Oprah Winfrey, they look bigger than life. But you and I, we look like the average person. So if I write a personal development book, then the people in my geographical region can relate more, because it's Joan, right? It's not Oprah. Oprah is a billionaire. Oprah is out there. Yes, we're going to read what she writes, but we know she don't even need the money, right? So write a personal development book. Write how you transformed your life, how you transitioned from a tough spot you were in once to where you are now. 24 pages. You got a book. Do it, right? And then last but not least, nature and the environment. So those are 10 nonfiction books that you can write. So if somebody ever says to you, you should write a book, you go, I don't know what to write about. That's not true. I just gave you 10 things, 10 things that you can write about. Put it in a book, 24 pages, and you got a book. All right. Sell it for $9.99 or $14.99, or you want to be, in the average range of all the other books. But that's my thing for you today on this Writing Wednesday. Thank you for joining me in the Books to Business and Beyond group on my Victorious You Press business page and on YouTube. And I look forward to seeing you next week, Wednesday, for Wednesday, Write Your Worth. God bless you, and I love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care. I hope this was beneficial. I hope you got something from this. Take care. Bye.